video, I'll be showing you how to diagnose an internet service error on a Mac PC. Why a Mac PC? Because everyone else has done Windows. Now then, let's open up my favorite server, Safari, or I should say my most used server. And let's type something into the address bar and see if we can get connected to it. Now the $1,000,000 question here is it our internet service provider, or is it the server you're trying to connect to that has the problem? So let's try and rule that out before we do anything else. Let's type in YouTube, see what happens. Okay, that's not working. Let's try a couple other sites before we move on. Let's try Facebook. Okay, that doesn't work either. Let's try one other one. Let's try Bing. Okay, I think it's safe to assume it is not the website we're trying to get on that has the problem, but the problem is on our end. So, what do we do first? Okay, well, the first thing you want to do is consider the simplest solution first. Check your router. Is it plugged in? Is there any loose connections on anything? Any loose coaxial wire? Any loose power plugs? Anything like that that you want to check for. If everything's plugged in just fine, the next thing you want to do is check the back of the router for a reset button. It's about a pinhole. It's normally about a pinhole size button with reset at the top of it. It's really small. You just gotta really look for it. And what you do is you grab yourself a pencil or a pen, something with a point, and you click it. After you click that button, you go back to your computer and see if you get the same error. If you're still getting the same error, the next thing you do is go back to your router and unplug the router for about 30 seconds. And go get yourself a glass of water, check your messages, do whatever the heck you gotta do to make that 30 seconds pass. Once those 30 seconds pass, you plug the thing back into the wall, and then you wait for it to boot up, maybe about 10 seconds or so. Once that's over, you go back to the computer and then try your luck again. If you're still having problems, then okay, you really got a problem. So what do you do then? Well, this is the part where you do a diagnostic report. Now on a Mac, what you want to do is, on the top right hand side of your screen, you hold the options button, which is on the bottom left hand side of the keyboard. You hold that and you left click the Wi-Fi signal button. And you go to Open Wireless Diagnostic. And you just continue with the prompts. You press continue. And what it's going to do is it's going to analyze the problem. Now, I'm not going to bore you to death by having you wait 5 or 10 minutes while this thing decides to think. So, I've taken the liberty of getting a diagnostic report already created. So, let's pull it up right here. This is an example of a diagnostic report from Mac Wi-Fi. I already know this connection doesn't work because the connection I have is on Verizon, and recently I've changed my internet service provider from Verizon to AT&T, so naturally the connection isn't going to work. But if it is your internet service provider and you're getting things like this, chances are there's something wrong with some of the wiring. I know in some developments that all the internet connection is shared. It's a shared connection. So if one line goes in a development, chances are everyone's internet's going to go. So if you're having this problem right here, and you shouldn't, there's a pretty good chance that the people to your neighbors to your left and right are also having the same problem. This is the part where you're supposed to call up your internet service provider, They'll send someone down and try to help you fix the problem. In maybe about a day, day and a half or so, you should have your internet up and running. If not, then if you're driving out of your development, if you do live in one, expect some trucks working on some lines. So there you go. That is how you diagnose a internet error on a Mac PC.